Hello, Marcus Lim here, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child. Now this is the deluxe edition of the one-shot that was published I think close to a year ago. So you can see here is the original single issue. You can see the size difference, right? Slightly bigger because this is the deluxe size, which is great because I think a big draw of this one shot is actually the really amazing artwork by Rafael Grampa. Obviously, this is Frank Miller, the legendary Frank Miller's latest entry into this Dark Knight universe, which, if we backtrack a bit, it began all the way back in 1986. So with the Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, a legendary 4-issue series that made Frank Miller like a legend. Right, so, and then this continued on into I think around 2000, 2001, where he decided to come back with Dark Knight 2, Dark Knight Strikes Again, right, the 3-issue series, which was not as well received. It was actually very divisive. Some fans really hated what he did. But in any case, fast forward to 2015, 2016, and so came out with Batman the Dark Knight Master Race, okay? And this time, Frank Miller wasn't the sole writer artist. He teamed up with, Brian Azzarello for the story, and there's a bunch of artists. Andy Kubert was the main artist who did the artwork, okay? And he also did like a one-shot prologue to Dark Knight Returns as well, called The Last Crusade. And then obviously the latest addition to the Dark Knight saga was The Golden Child, Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child, which was published last year, as I mentioned. Okay, so that's a bit of history over there, right? But in terms of, so The Golden Child, we see that the three main characters are Batwoman, or Carrie Kelly, who actually, maybe I'll show you very quickly. So she was originally Robin. That's her, back in the Dark Knight Returns. And then by the time of the Dark Knight 3, she was more like a this really horrible looking Batgirl or Batwoman, right? But but at some point she got her costume, which is, as you see over there, right? And then there's got Batman and Batwoman, and you see also that Lara, who is a Superman and Wonder Woman's daughter, Lara, right? Also introduced, actually not introduced here actually, she was introduced way back in Dark Knight 2. So I can show you very quickly again. There she is, Lara. All the way back in Dark Knight 2. And so that's Lara. So that's Lara over there. And finally we've got Jonathan Kent, who is the Golden Child that the one shot is titled after. And Jonathan was introduced also in Dark Knight 3, right? As you can see, there he is, Jonathan Kent. All right. And so the point is, by the time of the Golden Child, which is 3 years after Dark Knight 3, as you can see, it says 3 years since the events of the Dark Knight 3, the Master Race. So the spotlight has now become on just the three of them, Batwoman, Lara, and Jonathan Kent, also known as the Golden Child. Alright. So that's what this one shot is all about. And let's have a look. So it says over here, Special Deluxe Edition collects the Dark Knight Returns Golden Child #1, and as well as a bonus gallery pack full of variant covers. Yeah, so this one shot actually had tons and tons of variant covers, and so it's nice to have it all in one deluxe volume. There's also some behind the scenes artwork, which is nice because, as I mentioned, a big draw of this one shot is Rafael Grampa's amazing artwork. So let's have a look. Okay, so Batman Dark Knight Returns the Golden Child. Let me take off the jacket. Alright, so wow, I think this is a wrap around. Yeah, so it's an image of Batwoman with a kind of like a grenade in her hand, I guess. Okay, alright, let's have a look. That's Jonathan Kent over there. Alright, and that's the cover. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, so as I mentioned, right, that Rafael Grampa's artwork and layouts are very, very impressive. In terms of the actual story itself, I definitely have read very mixed reactions from a lot of people. I mean, look at that. That's Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump, kind of like be a puppet of Darkseid and the Joker, right? That's pretty nuts, right? That's how crazy this story is. You can tell that it's sort of like a satire in a way, because you know Frank Miller loves doing that, like a parody in a sense, and we know what his political views are just from this. So yeah, I mean, some people just really don't react too well to this story, but I have to say, I mean, I do think that there's a lot to like about this story. I mean, other than the really impressive artwork, I think, yeah, it's just kind of fun to see these three characters, you know, Lara, Batwoman, and Jonathan Kent interact together. I think that's the main attraction for me. And we actually see just how powerful Jonathan Kent is, like the Golden Child, even against Darkseid. So I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, I think, you know, the characters are actually pretty likable, and I think there's potential there to continue this Dark Knight saga just with the three of them. But yeah, not too sure if that will happen or not. But yeah, I do see that there's definitely potential there. Bonus section. Okay, so these are the variant covers now, right? So this is the cover, which is actually a variant cover, and then we've got another variant cover here by Frank Miller himself. Right, this is a Frank Miller variant with Darkseid looking down at Jonathan Kent. Here's a variant, another variant by Joe Jones. It's the Andy Kubert variant and Pol Pot variant. Okay, so here's some behind the scenes stuff about, I guess, how this story came to be. Some images and sketchbook commentary by Rafael Grampa. Always nice to have this behind the scenes stuff. Alright, this Lara, Jonathan Kent, Lara, Darkseid. Okay, more like, I guess, layouts. Okay, Joker. Layout of the polemic cover. It's a symbol of protest, it says, upon its release. The propaganda poster. See?
Yeah, alright. So
So yeah, so that's the Golden Child. Dark Knight Returns, the Golden Child. As I mentioned, right, like, yeah, whether you like it or not, right, depends on how you view, like, you know, Frank Miller's work in recent years. For some, his artwork has become really stylized, but keep in mind that in this one shot, he's not the one doing the artwork. It's actually Rafael Grampa. And I guess, as I mentioned before, yes, I think these three characters do show promise, even though, you know, Batman and Superman are actually nowhere to be seen in this one shot at all. So if they were to continue the series, I guess, it would be, I guess, the continuing adventures of these three, which is not a bad thing, right? Yeah, so those are my thoughts about The Dark Knight Returns, the Golden Child Deluxe Edition. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.